In the pen profession, we have called on you again as our partner in progress to brief you on very important matters and to state our position over the issue which is threatening the cohesion, well-being, and sovereignty of our dear nation, Nigeria. You are aware that the governor of Ondo State, Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu, only last week gave a 7-day ultimatum to all Fulani herdsmen in Ondo State to vacate certain part of his state. The governor was said to have given the ultimatum while meeting with leaders of Hausa, Fulani, and Ibira community in the state at the Koko Conference Hall of Governor's Office, Alagbaka, Akure, the state capital. Mr. Akeredolu at the meeting was reported to have said, the activities of herdsmen have caused a threat to security in the state, that these unfortunate incidents are traceable to the activities of some bad elements masquerading as herdsmen who have turned the forest reserve into hideouts for keeping victims of kidnapping, negotiating for ransom, carrying out other criminal activities. He said, as the chief law and security officer of the state, it is his constitutional obligation to do everything lawful to protect the lives and property of all residents of the state and issue the quit notice to the Fulani residing in certain part of the state. Reaction. Gentlemen of the press, you are aware that immediately the governor gave the order, all manners of reaction follow. Some have urged him on, while others have tried to call him to order and to guide him about the stupidity of his action and to make him see reason to backtrack. The Northern Elders Forum, for instance, drew the attention of the governor to the inanity of his action that was quickly followed by a reprimand by the presidency. The presidency said, rather than issue an ultimatum, the state government and the leadership of the Fulani community in Ondo State should dialogue for a good understanding that will bring to an urgent end the nightmareship security challenge facing the states. The presidency then warned that the action of Akeredolu could set off a change of events which the makers of our constitution foresaw and tried to guard against, stressing that insecurity is not alien to any group. The language they speak, their geographical location, or their faith. The violence that follow. True to the prediction of the presidency, a certain character identified as Sunday Igbako, apparently acting on the order of Akeredolu, took the law in his hand and began to issue threats to the Fulani living in Yoruba land. Shortly after that, Igbaho, who is now being referred to as Yoruba activists, began to expel Fulanis from certain part of Yoruba land. Then, one Friday, Igbaho and his supporters stormed a community in Oyo State and began to evict the Fulani from the area. Igbaho said he acted on the request of traditional ruler who said protested they were helpless about incidents, killing and kidnapping. The action of Igbaho even led to violence when he stormed the Fulani settlement in the town to eject the Cherokee Fulani, Salihu Abdul Qadir, and some other herdsmen accused of failing security problem in the area. Unconfirmed report claimed that some persons were killed while properties worth several millions of naira were set ablaze during the clash which occurred in evening. The voice of Jacob. All these threats, suspense, and deliberate hating of the polity, we believe, are at the instigation of the so-called Southwest political leader, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, all in the name of politics. We cannot but see the hand of the Tinubu in all this because of his inordinate ambition to become the president of Nigeria and his penchant for bellicosity anytime he is targeting a political prize horse. Tinubu, as we all know, is seriously eyeing the presidency come 2023. But as we inch closer to the election year, it is becoming glaring to him that the odds do not favor him. Instead of accepting his fate quietly, as power does not come from man, Tinubu is trying to upset the apple cart by hating up the polity, making the country ungovernable. This is with the hope that after he has turned the country upside down, that he will be called to the negotiating to state his demands, where he will insist that the presidency be handed over to him or the mayhem continue. These self-serving and unpatriotic acts that should be condemned by all. A country cannot be set ablaze just for the ambition of one man, no matter how stupendously rich he thinks he is. Tinubu's antecedents. This is not the first time Tinubu will be involved in subversive activities against the Nigerian state due to his insubordinate ambition. You will recall that he tried to betray Abiola by asking the military junta of Abacha to make him governor of Lagos State. it was when the latter refused that he intensify activities with NEDECO and deceive many that he was fighting for democracy and joined in the call for sanctions against his own country. Till date, is yet clear himself the certificate scandal that dug his tenure as governor of Lagos State. In the build-up of the 2015 election, he did not mind the turmoil and acrimony that will have followed once his ambition is met, insisted he be made the running mate to Buhari for a Muslim presidential ticket of the APC. Last year, the former Lagos State governor was also fingered as one of the sponsors of EndSARS protests, which almost destroyed Nigeria. Many online media reported at the height of the protest that Bola Tinubu was sponsoring the EndSARS protest in southwestern part of the country in order to cripple the country and disrepute the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari on the global front. Though Tinubu issued a statement to deny sponsorship of the protest, his reasons were not convincing enough. For instance, he said it is not possible for him to be sponsoring the massive protests in all the states of the Federation that it has occurred, and that thought he believed in the right of Nigeria to freedom of expression. Assembly. He has always canvassed the need for people to explore peaceful channel to ventilate their view and demand. This is an admission that he can only sponsor such protests in some part of Nigeria. Our stand. The Northern Patriot Assembly therefore cannot pretend about the activities of Tinubu, especially this recent one, as it constitutes acts incitement against a particular ethnic group. This is similar to the kind of action that led to the xenophobic attack on Nigeria in South Africa a few years ago, which we all condemned. The perpetration of such act targeted at wiping out people based on race is well captured under the United Nations Instrument for Genocide. But we cannot sit and allow things to deteriorate under the guise of being politically correct. Doing so will be suicidal. We therefore call on the Inspector General of Police to arrest Tinubu and his cohort involved in this sacrilegious acts against the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. No one is support of an act of criminality by bandits, criminals and kidnappers anywhere in the country, but we will also not allow anyone, no matter how highly placed, destabilize the nation through the back door. We are happy by the step taken by the Oyo State Governor to disassociate from this attempt at genocide. Other state governments in the Southwest must do same and arrest Ibaho if he came into their territory. A stitch in time, they say, save 9. Thank you.
Jamil.